I'm Tupelo Kenyon, and today we're going to explore 10 steps to discovering your life's purpose. Of all the self-help ideas I've come across through the years, this one has been the most helpful. For me, it's been the Rosetta Stone of personal development techniques. After getting a handle on the idea of purpose, all areas of my life fell into place more easily. You know, there are countless ways to realize your life's purpose. For some people, it takes a tragedy or some kind of major upheaval in their lives before they get around to thinking about purpose. Instead, consider the value of already having a clear picture of your life's purpose in place whenever life's trying times occur.
The purpose of life is a life of purpose. Robert Byrne.
Your picture of purpose can act as your anchor, something to hold on to, even when everything else in your life seems topsy-turvy. So why not think about it now, deliberately, before you desperately need it? Let these steps guide your thoughts through the process to clarify and focus what you already know deep inside.
More men fail through lack of purpose than lack of talent. William Ashley Sunday.
Step 1. Understand the value of a clear picture of your life's purpose. Without it, you are like a pinball in a pinball machine, bouncing from place to place to place with no clearly defined direction of your own. Instead of setting your own course, the direction of your life is determined by other people, chance, and happenstance.
The first thing to do in life is to do with purpose what one proposes to do. Pablo Casals.
Step 2. Begin at the end. Imagine what it will be like toward the end of your life after you have chosen your direction deliberately and have been persistent enough to accomplish your goals and reach your dreams. How will that feel? Really immerse yourself in this mental, emotional, and spiritual exercise. In your imagination, which of your life's accomplishments are you proud of? Which one gives you a warm feeling of satisfaction? Which aspect of your life has helped to increase your capacity to love? Which accomplishments make you feel like you have lived the life you were born to live?
All successful people, men and women, are big dreamers. They imagine what their future could be, ideal in every respect, and then they work every day toward their distant vision, that goal or purpose. Brian Tracy.
Step 3. Briefly imagine what it could feel like toward the end of your life if you gave up on your goals and turned your back on your dreams. What comes to mind first? Now this is important, write it down now. Notice the feeling of not living up to your life's potential. The purpose of this step is to help you define and focus the things that are most important to you. As soon as you recognize what they are, do a 180-degree turn in your imagination. Focus on the satisfaction and joy of living your life in such a way that they do manifest. Now this step should be touched upon lightly and not dwelled upon. The reason not to focus on the negative picture is because your clear mental picture plus strong feelings is the recipe for creation. If you really apply yourself to these steps, you will likely dredge up strong feelings. Put them to work for you instead of against you by linking these strong feelings to what you really want to create rather than what you want to avoid. These creation ideas are discussed in my mini course, The Subtle Side of Manifestation, How to Make Your Biggest Dreams Come True.
The purpose of life is the expansion of happiness. Maharishi Mahesh Yogi.
Step 4. Review what brings you the most joy. What makes you feel the most alive? What makes you feel proud of yourself? Not the ugly, egotistical kind of pride, but the inner warm glow when you simply know it's the right thing. Another of my mini courses is called Your Passion is Your Compass, and it goes into detail on this point. Step 5. This process of discovering your life's purpose can only be done one person at a time. This kind of fundamental inner knowingness is not done by committee. It's not done effectively by a team effort or even by a partnership. But involving other people in your imagination can help you sort out what you know to be true coming from deep inside you, as opposed to the ideas coming to you from the outside. These ideas can be well disguised, and you may have been calling them your own for many years, even though they came from someone else. This next fill-in-the-blank exercise is to help you recognize from where these ideas really originate. My spouse's idea of my life's purpose is blank. Write it down. Take some notes as you stand back and look at these ideas with some objectivity. Here's another one. My parents' idea of my life's purpose is blank. Be as blunt and honest as possible. What comes to mind first may seem like a joke. Write it down anyway. There's likely an important element of truth in it. Here's another one. My children's idea of my life's purpose is blank. Choose all the other significant players in the cast of your life and plug them into this fill-in-the-blank sentence. Make a sentence for each of these people using their name at the beginning of the sentence. If it grows into 2 sentences or a paragraph or several pages, let it flow. Make a sentence for your best friends and your priest or spiritual leader, if you have one. Here are 2 more sentences to complete. My boss's idea of my life purpose is blank. My country's idea of my life purpose is blank. After you've written it all out so you can see it in front of you, spend some quality time reading it and rereading it as your thoughts weave around the ideas that evolve. The things that come to mind in this step are important ingredients to defining your life's purpose. This is definitely part of the purpose gradually coming into focus for you, but it's important to get the rest of the story. It's time to go deeper.
How strange is the lot of us mortals. Each of us is here for a brief sojourn. For what purpose he knows not, though he senses it. But without deeper reflection, one knows from daily life that one exists for other people. Albert Einstein.
By now, you know some of your perceived expectations coming from other people. Realize that most of this will not be based on who you really are. Instead, it will be a collection of social hats you are expected to wear. Some of these hats you don willingly and others are worn by obligation. These hats represent the forces in your life that are steering your life from the outside. The purpose of focusing your attention on them is to help you see the difference in your external and your internal sense of direction.
To give life a meaning, one must have a purpose larger than oneself. Will Durant.
Step 6. Now that you know about the external forces influencing the navigation of your life, it will be easier for you to clarify and recognize your internal guidance system. For this step, go somewhere so that you won't be interrupted. It may be helpful if you go somewhere you've never been before. Personally, I like to go outdoors somewhere, a quiet garden, along a path by a mountain stream, or by a lake. Somewhere quiet is best, where you can be alone. Make it a special time, an important date with yourself, where you make sure all the preparations are in place so everything has the best opportunity of going well. What you're looking for on this date with yourself will be coming from deep inside you and from nowhere else. Listen hard for that still, small voice within. Become at one with the watcher, the quiet place of pure awareness, deep inside, who sits in the stillness and knows. Ask, what do I know about my life's purpose? Watch your thoughts as they parade by. When one successfully snags your attention and you notice you've lost yourself in your thoughts, gently return to the vantage point of the watcher. Watch for truth. Watch for clues to your life's true direction. Continue doing this for as long as it takes. When your attention is once again carried away on a stream of thought, return to the still center and just watch. Be very interested, yet curious, detached. This is an active kind of meditation. It's a contemplation exercise, directed meditation with purpose. Through the first 6 steps, you have effectively laid the groundwork by defining what's not your true life's purpose. Now, just be patient and attentive and allow it to come. Step 7. As you continue this drill of being still and watching the thoughts go by, have a pen and paper handy. When something bubbles up that feels right, jot it down. You might think, oh, I'll remember that. Write it down anyway. Make a quick note, then go back inside and watch some more.
Nothing contributes so much to tranquilizing the mind as a steady purpose, a point on which the soul may fix its intellectual eye. Mary Godwin Wollstonecraft Shelley.
Step 8. Now it's time to focus the process even more. Fill in the blank. My real life's purpose is blank. Write it down. Do it again. Write something else down. Then do it again. Fill in the blank with something different. Let it flow off the top of your head. Keep your hand moving. Continue until you have a page, 2 pages, 10 pages, whatever it takes. Each new idea you write down could further refine a previous idea or could take you off in another direction, revealing another facet of your life's purpose. Don't try to steer it, just go with it. Keep at it until you feel empty. Keep at it until no more ideas come. You may hit upon a thread that gets more and more refined, more and more focused each time you write it down. Continue to write down more and more refined drafts until you get the clear feeling that you've uncovered the essence of the idea. That may be what you are looking for, but there may be more lurking just below the surface. Your aha moment may be only part of the puzzle, so don't stop too soon.
Great minds have purposes. Others have wishes. Washington Irving.
Your goal is to get to the bottom line of the idea. Return to the vantage point of the watcher, and once again, repeat to yourself, my real life's purpose is blank. And once again, fill in the blank. Write it down. During this process, it's important not to wear your editor's hat. Don't judge what's coming as you write it down, editing your words as you go. Instead, just write it down, all of it, even if it seems silly or frivolous or irreverent. Write it down anyway. There could be an important seed of truth in what you write that you will recognize later. Continue until you feel empty. This process has the potential to put you in close contact with the deeper parts of yourself. The revelations you get could bring tears to your eyes. That's okay. Those tears are a clear message that you are honing in on the truth and recognizing the most important things in your life, perhaps clearly for the first time.
This is the true joy in life, being used for a purpose recognized by yourself as a mighty one, being a force of nature instead of a feverish, selfish little clod of ailments and grievances, complaining that the world will not devote itself to making you happy. George Bernard Shaw.
Step 9. Now it's time to put it all together. Look over your notes from Step 8 and engage your feelings about what you see written there. A few of these will light up for you. Some will be obvious. Focus your attention on the ones that leave no room for doubt. They may stretch you. They may even terrify you. Some may cause you to wonder, how could I possibly ever live up to that? It's okay. You may have never opened the door this wide before. You may have never sincerely asked yourself to reveal your true life's purpose. It can be exhilarating and scary at the same time.
The purpose of life, after all, is to live it, to taste experience to the utmost, to reach out eagerly and without fear for newer and richer experience. Eleanor Roosevelt.
Chances are you will know it's true because it just feels right. The other accompanying feelings could be simply the fear of the unknown, or they could be a knee-jerk reaction from suddenly knowing your life's purpose. With this powerful revelation, it's easy to think, oh my gosh, how can I ever get from here to there? Don't sabotage yourself by overanalyzing it.
I am not celebrating high ideals, lofty aims, fine purposes, grand resolutions. One of the most dangerous things in the world is to accept them and think you believe in them, and then neglect the day-by-day means that lead to them. Harry E. Fosdick.
Next, take what you've learned and save it in a way that will do you some good. Begin with a blank sheet of paper. The objective is to be able to access what you've discovered easily and often. Take the points you released and allowed to bubble to the surface in Step 9 and weave them into something coherent. Boil it all down to key points, making it as succinct as possible. You may end up with one sentence or several bullet points or a paragraph. Try to make it as direct, clear, and concise as possible without leaving anything out. Write it again in as many drafts as necessary until you are convinced you've captured the essence of it.
Your purpose in life is simply to help on the purpose of the universe. George Bernard Shaw.
Once you've got it, allow it to be a part of your life. You might want to think of it as the mission statement of my life. You could print it out and put it by your bed so you can read it before you go to sleep and the first thing in the morning, or you might like to frame it and put it by your desk, or attach it to your computer monitor, or carry it with you in your wallet or your purse. Read it often to help keep you on track.
To begin to think with purpose is to enter the ranks of those strong ones who only recognize failure as one of the pathways to attainment. James Lane Allen.
You know, about 12 years ago, I went through a similar process to clarify my life's purpose. The book that inspired me to do that and then walked me through it was called First Things First by Stephen Covey. It's a very well-written book and thorough, and I highly recommend it. As I was putting these 10 steps together, I didn't have access to that book, so the ideas I've described here are based upon what I remember from my own personal experience. The details are a little different, but the idea is basically the same. The bottom line objective is to help you identify what is truly important in your life and help you crystallize your life's purpose. You know, it seems appropriate for me to let you know what I came up with after going through the process myself. After the editing step that I described in step 10, I came up with 5 key points defining my current understanding of my life's purpose. I say current understanding because an understanding of life's purpose could be a moving target. It could evolve through the years. Mine still feels right on, just like it did when I first wrote it out 12 years ago. 1. To constantly take the next step, which allows me to gain ever-increasing spiritual realization through direct personal experience. 2. To leave a legacy, a chronicle of my journey of discovery through songs and other writings which will inspire others toward their own personal evolution. 3. To be a pleasant and inspiring companion to family and friends, continually supporting their aspirations to achieve their fullest potential. 4. To create a life of self-sufficiency and financial independence through richly rewarding interdependent relationships which will inspire others to do the same thing in their own way. 5. To continually walk my talk and recreate my life with gratitude out of my imagination and not out of my memory. 12 years ago, when I first wrote those 5 points, I typeset it on my computer and printed it on cardstock, the size of a business card. I had it laminated, and I've carried it with me in my wallet ever since. Whenever I notice it, I reread it. It's always been a very effective tool to help bring me back to that time when I was very specific, very determined, and then very grateful to have touched that still space inside long enough to discover my understanding of my life's purpose. I sincerely asked the question, what is my life's purpose? And then I really listened. This is why I'm so excited and passionate about creating my musictofeelbetter.com website, as well as my blog website, tupelokenyan.com, and my newsletter, inspiredonpurpose.com. The internet offers me a way to put all of this stuff together, songs, music, articles, all in line with the direction so clearly realized all those years ago. In my case, it took 12 years for me to answer the question, oh yeah? How? Your situation may come together much quicker. When it does, it's a great feeling. No, it's better than that. It's one of life's greatest feelings. I sincerely hope these ideas will be as helpful to you as they have been to me.
The purpose of our lives is to be happy. The 14th Dalai Lama. The purpose of life is joy. Abraham.
Once again, in your imagination, fast forward to your last days of this life. In your mind's eye, see how your life has turned out by paying attention to your understanding of your life's purpose for so many years. Experience how it feels to know why you were here and to know that you have lived the life you were born to live. Bask in the warm glow of the memory of a life well lived. Although this special mini course, 10 Steps to Discovering Your Life's Purpose, is copyright 2007 by Tupelo Kenyan, you have permission to distribute it in any way you choose as long as it is reproduced in its entirety and offered free. Can you think of friends and family who would appreciate hearing about 10 Steps to Discovering Your Life's Purpose? Feel free to pass it on. The easiest way to share this life-enhancing information is to send them to my website, so they'll get other free videos and free music albums to help them feel better. They can also sign up for my free newsletter, Inspired on Purpose. Here's the link, www.musictofeelbetter.com. Keep in mind there's also an affiliate program where you can earn generous commissions whenever any of your referrals buy something from us. You'll find lots of tools and techniques you can use immediately on our affiliate page. That's www.musictofeelbetter.com/now/affiliates.php. If you just breeze through these 10 steps without actually doing anything, I encourage you to go back through them again, and this time participate. This is something to do for yourself. It has the potential to be a major turning point in your life, for the better. In closing, think about the purpose of discovering your life's purpose. Why is it important? Because it can make you feel better for the rest of your life. It's time well spent for a life well lived. Remember to celebrate life. I'm Tupelo Kenyon. Thanks for tuning in.